Welcome to our home. I'm Dan Thomas. This is my wife Deanna, who many of you probably recognize. She used to work for Channel 4 as a reporter and then for TDOT as a spokesperson. This here is our 4-year-old daughter Sadie, who's going to help us out a lot this morning. And this is our 2-year-old son Hudson, who's growing like a weed. So I prefer to clean. Deanna prefers to cook, and so it really works out well. So she's going to lead us this morning as we cook something delicious. This is chocolate chip pumpkin bread, and it may be even a little healthy as well. You guys having fun? Typical 2 and 4-year-olds.
The first thing we need for this recipe, 3 cups of sugar. So Daddy thinks this recipe is pretty healthy, but there's 3 cups of sugar. Can you go ahead and put 3 cups of sugar in this bowl? This is a great recipe for kids because you can kind of incorporate them into the process.
Okay.
So this is 1 cup of vegetable oil. I use canola oil, just whatever you prefer. And then if you guys want to start cracking these eggs in there as well, they're going to put 4 eggs. Oops. Okay.
Nice. Let me help.
They do help cook a lot, but the eggs are very complicated. Now you do 1 can of pumpkin. Can somebody dump the baking soda? Good job, Hudson.
Awesome.
And then here's 1 cup of water that needs to go in. Sure.
And this is great. Daddy just watches, and then he eats it later.
You know what? I'm gonna do the salt. So we put, and then it said the recipe calls for about 1 tablespoon of cinnamon and nutmeg, but I just kind of guess probably put a little more than's needed of both because I like it to be very flavorful.
3.5 cups of flour, right?
Correct.
So that's a little more than 1.
Great job of stirring.
Good enough. I wonder who's going to get this bread. It may be a little. It may be an interesting one to taste.
Now, the best part with the chocolate chips, the kids love putting those in. You do half, Sadie, and then Hudson does the other half. There we go. Okay, let Hudson do
Girl.
some sharing. That's what we like. Okay, good job. Oh, yes. Good job.
The kids.
Yay!
Yeah.
Can I show it?
Sure, you stir
Kids
it.
love this stuff because it sort of tastes like chocolate chip cookies in some way. So it goes great with a glass of milk. If they're not drinking their milk, this is a great way to get them to do it. So.
Or for the adults, it goes
for the adults.
great with a glass of wine.
Chocolate chip!
Chocolate chips.
We're just gonna pour this batter into the appropriate pans.
And so what do you only go about half full in the pan?
Yeah, about half full. And then you just pretty much pop them in the oven at 350, and depending on your oven, it takes about an hour for them to bake. And they will be scrumptious.
Delicious.
This is what the finished result looks like.
And I'm telling you, you can't see the inside right now, but this is outstanding. So please give it a shot. And thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for coming into our home. We wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, a Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. And just hope you have a safe holiday and an enjoyable one with friends and family as well.
Merry Christmas.